We're asking people in line for the signing, why you like Amy Goodman's book, and who are you?
My name is Desmond Fahie. This is my first time hearing Amy, and just from her speech, I would like to say she struck a couple of chords in my heart, so much that I started writing lyrics. I don't know. She says a lot of things that a lot of people wish they could say in situations that they cannot say, such as individuals in the military. She spoke on a couple of gentlemen who actually had the courage to speak out, but a lot of people can't.
I spent 20 years in the military. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Raed Jarrar, Iraqi architect, lives in this country, is flying from New York, Kennedy Airport, to San Francisco. And he's getting on the JetBlue flight, or he thought he was, until he's surrounded by 4 transportation officials, 2 JetBlue and 2 TSA employees. And they tell him he can't get on the plane. Now, you know how when you wake up in the morning you might throw a t-shirt on, you don't even remember what it is you're wearing, if you're anything like me? So he looks down, no stains, what's the problem? And they say the t-shirt is threatening. The t-shirt was a black t-shirt with white letters that said, "We will not be silent." And he said, "What's threatening about that?" And they said, "It's not the white letters, it's the Arabic script above it." And he said, "Well, that's just Arabic for 'we will not be silent.'" They said, "We can't know that, we don't have a translator here." So he said, "Has Arabic become a terrorist language?" And they said, wearing a t-shirt with Arabic script onto an American plane today is like walking into a bank with a t-shirt that says, "I am a robber." Now, he was arguing with them. He felt like he had rights. He said he's a taxpayer here now. But he was in dangerous territory. He's at an airport. He doesn't want to be deported to God knows where. And so, we called the TSA, and they said it was the JetBlue employee who went and bought him a t-shirt to cover his with. I don't know if it said New York or I love New York, but, and he had to put that t-shirt over his own. And it was only in that way that he could go onto the plane. And they escorted him onto the plane. He had reserved in advance. He likes to sit in the front of the plane, but they escorted him to the back of the plane. And then all the other passengers went on. And that's how he flew to San Francisco. So a few days later, we went with that story. Raed told his story. And the next day, some women came in to Democracy Now! We worked just a couple blocks from where the towers of the World Trade Center once stood, in a 100-year-old firehouse that's decommissioned. And they came in, these women, and they were wearing this t-shirt. And they were in a rush, and I asked, "Where are they going?" They said, "We're headed to the airport." I said, "Well, where are you going?" And they said, "It doesn't matter, we're just getting on planes." Now, after this, the story got very big, Raed's story. And NBC picked it up, ABC picked it up for the news, and BBC. Well, internationally, they'll often pick up these stories. It's amazing, though. We live in such a globalized world, but when it comes to getting information in this country, it's extremely difficult. We're very isolated. So it was very big when these networks picked it up. And we broke the story and they didn't credit us. But that's okay, because the motto of Democracy Now! Is steal this story, please. We call it trickle-up journalism. Then came back from challenging high-flying profiling. We invited one of them into Democracy Now! Her name was Lori Arbeiter. And she's one of this group of artists against the war. And they started giving out these t-shirts, or selling them, on the 3rd anniversary of the invasion, this past March. So we're into the invasion and occupation 3.5 years. So they started giving out these t-shirts. And now, with this story going so big, they're doing a very brisk business. Thousands of t-shirts are being ordered. I think you go to wewillnotbesilent@gmail.com. That's where you email, and you get these t-shirts. And she said that they're translating them into lots of different languages. Into Arabic and Farsi, Hebrew and French and Spanish. And now they're translating it into the original German. Why German? Well, it comes from World War II, the White Rose Collective. A brother and sister named Hans and Sophie Scholl.